far. We're at Whistler, at Pemberton actually, Pemberton Airport, and with our Whistler airplane, so we'll get this thing fired up and see where we go. So, beacon, landing light, nav lights, strobe, fuel pump, don't need pitot heat, no, don't need that. Okay, and mixture full rich, throttles out, and got to turn the avionics on. Where the hell did that one go? I don't know where that is. Oh, there we go. Get some batteries. Go, we go. Here we go. Let's bring everything up. Bring the yoke back into play. And we'll get that going. And we'll fire this thing up. There we go. Have a look around, make sure everything looks okay. Don't know what the wind is doing here. Don't see much, don't see a windsock anywhere. So we'll just try and pull it off the GPS, see what it shows, and it shows 2 knots of wind from the west, so it's not a big deal. We'll just go down and take off towards the west. Here we go. Doesn't look like anything's coming, so we'll just go down there and turn around. What we're doing today is we're going to take off to the west from Pemberton here and fly down the valley past Whistler Village, and end up in Squamish. We'll land in the Squamish, nice little airport. It looks pretty hazy, but we should be okay. A little bit of flaps in there, 10 degrees of flaps, and away we go. Airspeed's alive. Speed build up. Flaps out of there, and away we go. The river. There's the golf course. Pemberton Golf Course, and then there's the expensive one right underneath us now. what we're going to do here is we're just flying at regular time, which is about 8 o'clock at night. We're getting some sunset, so just going to go up here and move the clock to give us a little more light. Just back us up a little bit. There we go. A little more light. I really like doing this flight. You get some great views of Whistler, the ski slopes, the lake, and some guys that put the created the seaplane base at Green Lake, which is kind of nice. You can get a float plane going, and the heli ports at the just north of town, just off the highway. They've got that built in there too. We'll start leaning the engine out a little bit. There we go. Follow the river. Stay away from the big rocks. Get up around 4,000 feet and we'll put the autopilot on and just let it take us down there nicely. Go to 4,500, climbing pretty nicely, so we'll just keep it going. Just settle out here about 4,300 feet. We're back to about 2,400. 2,370 is a nice speed. We should get up about 110, 115 knots. Probably lean it out just a little bit more. 4,200 feet. Yeah, that should be do it. Now we can just steer with that thing. Let's have a look outside. One thing I like to do when I'm flying, just to get a bit better view, is to lower the dashboard. You just do that by hitting the space bar and down she goes. You can see a little bit better. The rule when you're flying this in real life is to keep to the right, just like driving down a highway. So we're to the west side of the valley, and anybody coming the other way on the other side. Hopefully we have no conflicts. Just off your left there, you can see the ski runs of Blackcomb, and up ahead across Fitzsimmons Creek are the Whistler ski runs down to the village. The Sleep Plane terminal right now. See if I can get an outside view, see if we can't see anything here. Hard to see it. Right below us there is the Arnold Palmer golf course. It's a nice golf course, not too hard. If you look over to that golf course there, that is Billy Goat Hill. That is a hard golf course, a lot of forest. There's an awful lot of golf balls there. There's up Fitzsimmons Creek. Just on our right, if you can see it here, that's Franz's Run down to Creekside, the old run where the old gondola used to be. Oops, maybe I went a little too far there. Let's turn that back. Doing the old IFR thing, I follow roads. About 20 miles, 19 miles to the Squamish Airport. heading down this way. I think maybe we should see if we can get a weather report for CYSE. So let's have a look. Sometimes you get these, sometimes you don't. Nope, doesn't give us any weather, but I don't think there'll be very much. There was no wind at Pemberton. I'm just looking up here now. We're seeing 4 knots of wind from the east, so it's going to be almost nothing down there in Squamish. So I think we'll just go straight in. Won't bother flying a circuit. Set our airplane back on the Garmin here. There we go. Got 14 miles to go and should be about 7 minutes. That's about right. Never ceases to amaze me the scenery, how good a job they've done in Microsoft Flight Sim. Just makes flying low and slow pretty good. A lot of fun. Have a look around from the outside again. See where we're going. If you can see my cursor here, we're going to go right over that little mound and down into the airport. I think I'll disconnect everything now and we'll hand fly it in. Turn off the autopilot, the heading, the altitude, flight director, everything's off. We are now flying the airplane. The airport's basically at sea level, so we'll start. What do we got? 5 minutes, 4 minutes to 4,000. So we're going to have to start knocking some altitude off here. About 1,000 feet a minute is going to get us down there. Microsoft Flight Sim sure likes to put the bumps, the windy bumps in the mountains. Just zero in a little bit. I think it's time to put the mixture in. There we go. These fuel-injected planes don't have the carburetor heat thing anymore, like the old ones did. Reset the altimeter, no change. Oh, it's still sitting at 2992. Once I get over this little ridge here, we should be able to start angling down through the gap there over that little lake. Throttle right back. 2,300 feet, we should be okay. Let's slow it, nose up, just slow her down a little bit. We'll get some flap in and we should be able to start dropping pretty well. Okay, 10 degrees of flaps. Keep it in the white arc. Who put those power lines right in front of the airport? Stay clear of those and then we'll just dive right in. just flare out and just let it float. Let the speed bleed off and you're down. There we go. Welcome to Squamish. Oh, park over here. That was a little rugged, but we'll do that anyway. And set the emergency brake or the parking brake, and let's just shut this thing down. Mixture out, that'll kill the engine. Blah, blah, blah. And we'll start turning these things off, so we'll just get rid of this so we can see everything. Beacon, landing lights, nav, strobe, pumps off. And there we're done. Thank you. Or just look, yeah.